Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 was supposed to be the big redemption arc, a chance to fix the mistakes of the first game, and give Nickelodeon fans a true platform fighter to rival Smash Bros. Instead, it ended up being one of the biggest letdowns in recent gaming memory. Game Mill Entertainment fumbled the bag so badly that any hope for a third game in the near future is basically non-existent. And honestly, that's a good thing. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, a masterclass in disappointment. One fake hype and lies from the start. From the jump, the marketing for NASB2 was straight up dishonest. Paid influencers and so-called experts hyped it up as a massive improvement over the original, tricking people into believing this was the Nickelodeon fighter we had all been waiting for. Turns out, that was all smoke and mirrors. The game was buggy, missing features, and felt like it was released half-finished. And what did Game Mill do? Pretty much nothing. Over a year later, most of the same issues are still in the game. Players got burned hard, and the studio didn't even pretend to care. 2. The roster cut that made no sense. Instead of expanding on what worked, NASB2's devs decided to straight up delete 12 characters from the first game. And for what? To replace them with choices nobody asked for. Fan favorites? Gone. Weirdly obscure picks? Added. Whoever made these decisions clearly didn't understand what players actually wanted. If you liked your main from NASB1, tough luck. And if you thought post-launch DLC would fix it? Keep dreaming. 3. A game abandoned at launch. Let's be real. Post-launch support for this game was a joke. Players expected regular balance updates and bug fixes, but what they got was a near-total lack of support. Bugs ignored. Community feedback brushed aside. The devs and publisher just left the game to rot, which tells you all you need to know about their commitment to making this franchise work. They got their money from the gullible pre-orders and fake hype train, and then they dipped. Why a third game won't and shouldn't happen. The dev team is in shambles. Fair Play Labs, the studio behind NASB2, is a mess. Many of the original developers are gone, and rumors suggest they're working on something completely unrelated. Probably another rushed license cash grab for some other IP. Without the right people in charge, there's no reason to believe a third game would be any better. Nickelodeon and Game Mill don't care. Game Mill's entire business model revolves around pumping out cheap licensed games, marketing them just enough to get people to buy, and then moving on to the next disaster. They did it with NASB1, NASB2, and they'll do it again with whatever garbage they release next. Meanwhile, Nickelodeon clearly doesn't care about quality control. If they did, they wouldn't keep partnering with a publisher known for releasing unfinished low-effort games. If NASB3 ever happens, it'll be worse than before. Let's say by some miracle, NASB3 gets announced. Do you really think it'll be good? Here's what would probably happen. Even fewer characters, because why not remove even more fan favorites? More pointless gimmicks, like the awful slime meter in NASB2 that nobody asked for. Higher price, same neglect, they'll charge full price or more, and then ignore it just like before. Stop falling for the same scam. If you're still holding out hope for a NASB3, I hate to break it to you. You're exactly the kind of customer Game Mill loves. The type who buys into the hype, pre-orders blindly, and then acts surprised when the game turns out to be another disaster. Meanwhile, the YouTube shills will do the same thing they always do. Gas it up, act like it's a major upgrade, and then pretend they never hyped it once people realize it sucks. Let this franchise die. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl had potential, but Game Mill and Fair Play Labs destroyed any goodwill this series could have had. The best thing that could happen now is for the series to disappear entirely, unless Nickelodeon finds a real studio that actually cares about making a good fighting game. Don't waste another second hoping for a miracle. You'll just get burned again. Move on, play something better, and stop giving Game Mill your money. They haven't earned it.